clicker is a very, very, very useful tool to use to train your dog. And so today I am not only going to teach you how to teach your dog what the clicker means, but I am also going to be explaining why the clicker works. But before I do, please subscribe and hit the bell so that you hear when new videos just like this one come out. The clicker is used to mark behaviors that your dog does that you like, which makes it easier to comprehend than using just your voice. The clicker is nothing special, and the sound means nothing to your dog until you give it meaning. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to teach you how to give your clicker meaning to your dog. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a couple games that I use to teach my dogs what the clicker means. And so you'll of course be needing a clicker and a tasty, tasty pile of treats. The tastier your treats are to your dog, the faster he's going to learn what it means. And for those of you who have no clue what the clicker is whatsoever, it's just this little toy, and it has a piece of metal in it so that when you press it down, it makes a clicking sound. Now, for dogs that are more sensitive to sound, you can mute it by putting it in your fingers like this, or if your dog's really, really sensitive to sound, you can even use the top of a pen and just click it like that. So this one's actually a really loud clicker. Some clickers are quieter, and that's completely okay. If your dog needs something quieter, I highly suggest using something like a pen, because that will help him if he's sound sensitive. And also, if you don't know what your dog's favorite currency is, I have a video on that, so I will be putting a link in the description below. Okay, this is the first game you should teach, and yes, you need to teach them in order, because the second one builds off the first one. But it is really simple, and it gives you a second behavior, and so it's really nice. The second behavior will be look at me, and you will see why in just a second. Alright, to start, you're just going to click and reward your dog over and over again until you see, generally dogs will get more excited after a while, and once you see that in your dog, then you start to phase 2, which is having your dog look at you, clicking, and then rewarding. This is really simple because your dog will already automatically start to do it because he's excited about what's coming next. This makes it simple because then he understands that when he does something you like, you get a click, and when you get a click, you get a reward. So that's why I teach look at me for this, is because your dog typically already offers it because they are eager to see what happens next. Game number 2. This is called the 101 box. Super simple game, but it builds confidence for your dog because he knows that he's going to be right most of the time with this game. Basically, you're going to get a box, and if the flaps to the box are a little long, then cut them in half so that it's a little shorter and less scary for some dogs. So do that. And then click and reward anything that your dog does. It can be touching it, looking at it, sniffing it, jumping in it, jumping over it, pushing it, anything your dog can think of, and click for a handful of times, maybe 10 to 20 times. And then you're going to want to only click and reward your dog for something new they've done. So if your dog touches it, then you can click and reward. But if he touches it a second time, wait for him to do something different. Most of the times, your dogs will do something very similar, and you have to be paying very close attention if you're going to get anywhere with this. So, some dogs, out of frustration, will push their noses harder on it because that's what worked for them last time. And that's different. So, click and reward because he moved the box a little bit. So, be creative. It doesn't have to be drastically different. It can be even the most tiny things different that you click. Keep your training sessions short on this game though, because this is a really mentally stimulating game for your dog, so he'll tire out quickly. But as your dog understands the game more and more and you play it more often, then he will get more creative and be able to go longer. For a quick recap, the clicker basically means yes, I like what you did, and I will get a treat to you as soon as possible. Thank you guys for watching this video. Have a wonderful day, and hopefully I will be seeing you in the next video.